This clip highlights why the New Zealand Green Party are in effect nothing but a bunch of morons. They're either a pack of criminals, or low IQ mentally ill society misfits, probably most likely both, if truth be told. Talk about ETPS, empty top Paddock syndrome. Once again, Green MP Samantha Poore proves beyond any doubt that she's not the brightest light bulb in Parliament by a country mile, and totally outclassed by MPs like Karen Chower and Nicole McKee from the ACT Party. These latter two ACT MPs are classic quality, who hopefully will be in active government for many years to come. Samantha Poore just totally and continually misses the obvious. But first, please watch her low IQ nonsensical ramblings.
Prisons were introduced in New Zealand not to punish the lawless Pākehā that were running around raping and pillaging villages. They were introduced as a tool to imprison, dispossess, disenfranchise and torture Māori. Prisons are a tool of colonisation, and the fact that they are packed with brown people just tells you that they are a reminder that colonisation still happens today. It's no secret that Māori are overrepresented in the justice system, and I'm getting sick of hearing it, and I'm getting sick of saying it. But I will repeat it for the record, because despite the fact that Māori make up just 17% of the population, we represent 52.8% of the total prison population. And for wahine Māori, that's even worse. That's even higher at 57% of the total female prison population, to the point where Māori women are the most imprisoned Indigenous women in the world. Why won't they just be honest in saying they'd rather lock up young Māori and waste such great human potential because they're too stingy to actually provide people with a stable home, a livable income, and actual opportunities to imagine a different life for themselves that exists outside of prison walls. It's a game of how many prisons can we build and how many beds can we fill with poor, disabled, brown people. And it's not just the people that we're sentencing that suffer, it's their entire families and often their communities too. And at the rate that we're heading, we are going to need a new prison every few years. Welcome to an era of mass incarceration, which has been brought in by Minister McKee and their misguided, unimaginative approach to dealing with the very real harm that is happening in our communities.
For this nutcase Green MP, Samantha Poore, it's all about the criminal, nothing but the criminal. She actually shows no compassion at all for the victims of crime, some of whom have been murdered, or maimed for life, or driven into bankruptcy. Samantha, it's not about poor people, or brown people, or Maori, it's about criminals. What about the victims? Some of the victims are also poor people, or brown people, or Maori. What about the poor people, or brown people, or Maori, or Pacifica, or whoever, who also have had extremely tough childhoods, yet they grow up to be decent, moral, hard-working New Zealanders, without ever committing a crime? What about these people, Samantha? Have you forgotten them? Thank you for listening. Geraint, on behalf of WhangareiTim.